quote
Oh
tweet.
my god, I already got it. I gotta find the tweet. Geek.
And I'm going to put it to Facebook too this time, which I don't always do. I don't think I've done before. And
Hold on.
share. Oh god, that.
What happened? I guess Shelly just walked off the show.
We're just about to start. We're live. We're recording, and she walked off the show.
Come on, Maggie. Come see me.
Oh, that was puppy thing. Okay. I thought you got mad at us.
What did we do now? What didn't we do now?
I don't know. I really think I thought you got mad.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I was sitting here.
You're the one who thinks she's getting mad.
I thought the way she ripped up her headphone.
I've had enough. I don't know. I flipped off the screen to send out the tweets and the Facebooks. And
She said, fuck this shit, and threw it down.
I'm getting no respect.
she
Walked
did.
off the show.
I feel like this is all going into the pre-show for the podcast this week.
You lay there now, okay?
Okay.
All right, but I'm sitting.
I know. I'm rather comfortable.
Yes, I am comfortable. Look, she's even giving the earbuds a dirty look. She's like,
I don't know, seriously.
geez.
She's mad at all of us.
Sorry.
All right. Then we're going to record a podcast in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekadrome. Ape Not Kill Ape. Geekadrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. I am John, and I am joined by Shell and Stugatz.
We are somewhat joined by Shell. She walked off the show.
I know.
I walked
I'm
off the
amazed she's
show
back.
because my husband was screaming in pain
Oh.
because the puppy was attacking him, and she's got little razor sharp teeth,
Oh.
and when she bites you, it feels like you're stapling yourself with 80 staplers.
John said
really
that you
painful.
walked off the show because I did something.
Well, it's
Oh, is that-
And I wish I could record the show that I did not do anything.
We know Stugatz, so.
Yeah.
No, my husband was literally screaming out in pain, and I was just like, okay. I had wanted him to keep her out of this room because this is the room where the cat box is, and when the cat has to go to the bathroom, then the puppy starts to bark, and it becomes a whole thing. But but he just couldn't swing it. She just started
All right.
biting him. So here we are.
Well, now that we've solved all your pet problems, let's talk geek. So the first one today, we're going to gloss over the first part of the part of the story intentionally, and then we'll get to the second part. So
Yes.
the first part is Zack Snyder's daughter committed suicide in March.
Very sad.
It's very sad, and we don't
Tragic.
want to address it intentionally. We know it's a tragedy, and if anybody else is thinking such things, call the suicide prevention hotline. Get help. But she's not a public figure, and so
To
we
help. And here in the Tampa Bay area, if you dial 211 Tampa Bay, picks up the phone directly, and they get you help immediately.
Okay.
So don't hesitate.
and we'll put the 800 number in the show notes.
I find just suicide in general to be so incredibly sad. So definitely
It is.
call out and try to get help. Talented people just give up for it. Must be an overwhelming sense of sadness and depression that just normal people can't even fathom.
So, yeah, we're not going to speculate, though. Again, we'll put the 800 number in the show notes, and we're going to move on to the second half of the story, which is Zach and his wife, who is a producer on the Justice League movie, are stepping back to take care of family, and Joss Whedon is stepping in,
Wow.
and he will be kind of taking over post-production on Justice League. This rumor had kind of leaked out like a week or two ago, but now it's concrete that
Oh, man.
Joss is running Justice League now. So what do you guys think of that?
Well, I read it was just that they had really shot everything, and there was just some follow-up scenes that Zack Snyder had wanted to get. So it's really just the post-production process plus a few additional scenes. So it's not like he's going to go out there and take over directing. The directing is done. He's just going to sit and mind the edit room, basically. So it's not that as big of a deal, but it's still going to bite into his Batgirl time.
Well, the other thing is that Justice League was going through extensive reshoots. So it's not just a couple extra scenes. They were
And what I read, that was not the truth. That was not what they said. They said it was done shooting and that there were just a few additional scenes Zack Snyder was going to ask Joss Whedon to write anyway, but not extensive reshoots.
Well,
actually,
we don't know.
The thing you linked me to said that.
Oh, did it? Okay, because I've heard that there were extensive reshoots before this news leaked out. So what were you going to say, Stigats, about it?
I said the only time it becomes the biggest story is if he makes a deal with Time Warner to take over the direction of the whole shooting match.
Well, a lot of people don't like the way the direction Zack Snyder has taken all of these. So who knows if he's going to take over the rest of it.
I mean, I don't particularly like the Zack Snyder movies either. But I don't know. I don't know if Whedon is going to Whedon it up. It might be beyond that, or he might really piss off Zack Snyder.
I think the script is too far gone that you're not really going to have huge changes without reshooting the whole thing.
The Justice League movie, but going on with the other franchises, that's where the difference will come in.
True. Well, Aquaman's already shooting. Everything else has been pushed back or they having problems. Flash can't get a director.
I won't be surprised though if Joss Whedon makes the deal to be at the helm of this. That everything else will fall into place. Magic.
Well, it can't be worse than Zack Snyder.
No. But do you feel like the movies are just somewhat jinxed? You know, these properties.
The DCs?
Yes.
I mean, they're not very good.
All right, so we've had, 3 movies so far?
Yeah.
And we had Man of Steel. We had Batman vs. Superman. Yeah. Suicide Squad is also part of it, so we've had 3.
Oh, God. Yes. That's incredible.
I mean, are there any of them that we really like?
Wonder Woman comes out June 2nd. I would love it.
Which is getting great reviews.
Yeah,
yes.
I hear.
I see people pissed off that it's getting good reviews. We want the movies to be good, people. We want these reviewers and critics who go see it to come out saying it's good, so that when we go see it, we have it ahead of, oh, these movies are good. Why are we going into the fucking thing pissed off, saying that it's bad, and pissed off that other people think it's good? Don't know what they're talking about when they get paid to talk about movies. Well, I don't get this.
I think people get pissed
movie
off.
Reviewers are going to say it. Oh, it's good. Well, fuck you. You're stupid. You're supposed to say it's bad. It's 2017. Everything's got to be bad.
Well, I think people are just pissed off that the one good one is going to be Wonder Woman when it really. Ow! It really should be.
Did you just get bit in the ass?
She's biting my hand. She's been playing tug of war with my sweatshirt since I sat down, and then she just grabbed my flesh. But I feel like people are pissed off because the ones that should have been great weren't, and so now they're like, now this is the good one.
The one that's great happens to be Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman should be great. They should all be great. It doesn't make Superman less of a man if the Wonder Woman film is great. I want this to be great. It's a great character.
Oh yeah, plenty of history, a well-loved character, one of DC's big 3, and you know what? I don't see where the hate comes from, but we'll see what happens when the movie comes out. I mean, it was one of the biggest TV series of the 70s.
Yes.
I'm waiting for Stigats to go off on how much he loves Linda Carter.
Oh, I love Linda Carter. Ooh. I go through my time hop. I go through my time hop, right? Every day. And there's a picture from, the Daily Linda Carter from a year ago. It's like, whoa. What a looker.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is that DC wants to be the anti-Marvel when it comes to movies. So where Marvel is kind of fun and bright, they're trying to do dark and edgy and, you know.
They're doing perfect as being the anti-Marvel because the Marvels are great. They're doing anti-great.
And successful.
Yes. Even the lesser ones do well.
Yeah.
You know, some of them we don't want to talk about. Iron Man 2, Thor 2. But
that's, I mean, you have that. But Ant-Man, a movie that I was afraid was going to suck, was fucking awesome.
It was. Well, look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, it was like a 10th tier Marvel title. Like, nobody cared about Guardians.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much,
boom,
in my opinion, it's the second best. I like the Cap movies better.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the fact that they've become top tier movie characters is pretty amazing with what they can do with the raw materials.
Yeah.
And the less.
And I think that's what DC wanted for Suicide Squad.
Yeah. But I think part of the problem was Zack Snyder did a dark take. The studio wanted a lighter take. So they had the production house that did the trailers do a lighter version, and they kind of mixed the two together.
Yeah.
And they're seeing what people want.
People want
so hopefully we'll see. They want Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head how much the sequel's doing, but it's doing well. I mean, it was just barely beat by Alien Covenant this past year. Easily. So I know we're going to come back to this when Wonder Woman comes out in a couple weeks, because I know we all want to see Wonder Woman.
I'm trying to get the Wonder Woman 3D glasses.
Oh.
You just got to go opening night.
I know, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to make sure that my work schedule is open.
And then he's going to wear them for the entire show.
Oh, without a doubt. I won't take them off.
He won't even take them off to shower or anything.
No.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm wearing the 3D glasses, and she's like, wow, those 3D glasses are pretty good looking. I'm like, of course, that's the answer.
All right. But yeah, so we're hoping for the best in the DCU. They're not going to listen to us because we'd help fix it, but for some reason they don't want to listen to us.
Get them on the phone, Charlie.
I'm sorry?
Get them on the phone. They'll listen to us.
Get who on the phone?
DC.
The Warner Brothers people.
I literally, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's like the Cylon thing is really bad on my end.
Oh.
Yeah, he's sprinkling a little bit.
I'm trying not to.
Silly technology. All right. So we'll come back to that in a couple weeks because we love DC and there it goes. But last week we also saw the finale of another Joss Whedon project, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ooh, yeah. Charlie, you're all caught up? You watched the finale?
I did watch the finale.
Oh, cool. I didn't know. All right, awesome.
Oh, we actually all caught up on a TV show. All right.
Wow. We're on the ball these last few weeks, baby. We're cooking.
So, Shelley, what did you think of the finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
The very, very end, I loved the diner scene. It was very, I loved the diner scene, and I thought it was like, oh, look, there's this family, and they're all together, and they know that shit's about to go down, but let's have some pie. And I was just like, that was very fucking cool. And then I have no idea what happened after that. Like, where were they? Did any of this ever happen? Are we having like were they ever, why are they in space? Are they in space? Are they in another world? Like another Second Life type of world? I have no idea what's going on.
All right, well, first question. What kind of pie do you think they had?
I think they had apple, cherry, and I think there was a chocolate cream or a Boston cream pie was the other option. But I think most just had apple.
Okay. All right, see, these are the important questions.
I would have had apple given those choices.
So it looked like they were on some sort of space station or satellite or whatever. The popular guess for anybody who read Marvel Comics is that it would be S.W.O.R.D., which is sort of like the outer space version of S.H.I.E.L.D., where they deal with extraterrestrial instead of terrestrial problems.
Oh. Okay.
So, yeah. So, I mean, there is an outer space version of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the comics. But nobody knows if people were speculating whether or not they have the rights because it might have started in X-Men, which means Fox will have the rights. So we'll see what that happens with next season, that part. And what do you think of it, Stugatz?
Man, I loved it. I loved Ghost Rider coming back, kicking ass. I love that there were a lot of teases, like what sins Phil Coulson is carrying around with him that Ghost Rider found out about. I love the end. I love not just so much the diner scene, but the moment before that on the beach.
Oh God, that was too much.
It was perfectly done. I mean, perfect.
Yes.
It was so perfect. I was like, wait, did the sound just cut out on the TV?
Yes.
It was perfectly done. I love Ghost Rider, not just that he came back, but he had a better understanding of his powers. He was able to open up the dimension, just very much like Doctor Strange did. So apparently, along the way from when he left to come back, he learned some stuff. Maybe met up with Doctor Strange somewhere. We don't know. For that same magic to open up that realm, and man, it was just cool. He took the book with him.
Oh yeah, like I love how they powered him up. Like you saw him, and then all of a sudden he's like 10th level, just jumped from the last time you saw him. Like they had all the cool chain tricks and the fight scenes.
He was able to manipulate the Hellfire even in his human form, which is something only Johnny Blaze did in the comic books through his Hellfire shotgun. So it was very, very cool stuff. Where I want to see more. I want to see more Ghost Rider.
I know, like I was kind of getting bored of Ghost Rider, like by the time his story ended because it lasted half the season. Yes. Like I didn't like the way they just, I don't know if they took too long establishing him or what, but for me it just kind of by the end of the Ghost Rider story I was starting to not care. And then they kind of kicked it to LMD.
Daisy.
Yeah, it was too much Daisy in there.
That might be part of it. I mean, she was.
I wish she would have been buddy with somebody else other than her.
Yeah, like Mac.
I don't see them being friendly with
anybody else.
Mac, I thought they both enjoy cars, right? And mechanics and whatnot. They both are tough guys. Mac kind of seems like he has somewhat of a checkered past to me, just in his demeanor. Maybe from the streets. That has nothing to do with his skin color. So I think they would have related a little bit more.
I know, but I just don't know if they would have like started the friendship. Like it's one of those things I see them being friends, but the start of the friendship, the way it worked with her, like it synced. Like she was running away from the law, she kind of bumps into him, who's kind of doing the same, and it kind of built from there.
Yeah, she's just terrible. It's really Agents of Daisy, as Don Stugatz has said in the past. It's like it's too much about her. I would have. There's tons of other people in the cast that they could have written something about where he was, had an unlikely pairing with. It could have been him and Coulson, or him and May, and him and anybody.
It does turn out to be him and Coulson. Although Coulson as Ghost Rider.
It took too long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Half a season was too much.
I was kind of really interested in when he opened that portal. I wanted to get a look in there.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening? I was like this. I'm like, what are you supposed to go on in there?
What I was like,
what are you doing? What are you doing? You guys got any snacks in there?
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
Do you think they have snacks in there?
Well, he was there for months. He had to eat something.
Does he eat? He's dead though, right? Ish.
Well,
someone has to eat.
Robbie's still alive.
What kind of hell is this? There's no snacks.
Yeah, there should have been more snacks.
The idea of hell is a place with no snacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's everybody's.
I'm not going to that level of hell. I'll come in if you want anything. Go to a place with food.
Well, the show was renewed for another season just before that.
Shockingly.
A week or two before it aired. Well, they waited so long.
Yeah.
Like it was literally like the week before when they announced it was coming back.
See, I mean, they announced it right before the upfronts.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was either right before the second to last or almost before the last episode. But yeah, they really held that one out. like just like Gotham, which they pretty much held to the last minute as well.
I do think, though, the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does better without being forced to tie into all the movies.
I agree with that.
It's too much.
But next season, we're going to get an 8-episode miniseries of Inhumans to start, starting in September. It'll be in IMAX theaters, then it'll be on TV. It'll last 8 weeks, and then we'll get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And that should tie in.
Maybe. We don't know.
Okay.
But they are moving to Friday nights.
Okay. So, that doesn't matter. Yeah, watch it.
So I don't know if that means they're trying to bury the show or what.
Yeah, that's usually the first. Friday nights is a.
It's not the TGI Family Friday on ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then they
just a block of quality programming. It's a hodgepodge.
It's just shit can last man standing. So, I think Friday is a family TGI Friday night.
Well, it used to be.
I don't know that it'll do well.
Well, it was Shark Tank up until now. But in September, Shark Tank moves to Sunday.
I like Shark Tank. I don't watch it regularly, but I like it.
I
don't watch it. But I've seen it a few times and it's been fun.
I'm into startups and all that, so I pay attention. I like to see how they handle it and what kind of startups are out there and whatever.
And I like Mark Cuban. I try to send him.
Did you see the one with the farmer guy?
Which farmer guy?
He invented this
little
piece of plastic that goes over the roots of the plant, and then when the frost comes, it protects them.
Oh.
And he didn't want to charge too much for it, and they were like, "How much do you want to charge?" It was like something ridiculous, like 40 cents or something, and they were like, "No." But I loved that, that guy. But that went viral online too. His segment.
Yeah, but I mean, the problem, these are businessmen. They know what they're talking about. And some of these people just don't want to do business. They want to,
They just want this product out there for the betterment of mankind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a whole how many months till it comes back?
4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly. It'll come back September, October. Well, it comes back October, November because of the 8 weeks.
It'll come back November for the November weeks.
Exactly. And then we'll be complaining about Daisy again because I know how much Shelley loves Daisy.
I just don't like her. Like, the first time I saw Daisy, I was like, okay, Joss Whedon didn't want to get Eliza Dushku because she was too old or something. Like, that's my first impression of her when I saw her. So she looked so much like Eliza Dushku.
See, that's why he didn't cast for the niece too, but he should have. Who cares?
Well, the other thing is that nobody in the first season except for Coulson was a name actor.
No, I disagree.
Uh-oh.
May is a actress.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
And
she's huge.
She was on ER and The Single Guy.
You're right.
The other big name actor that was in the first few episodes, Ron Glass. And if you don't know him, I suggest you watch a little show called Barney Miller.
Barney Miller.
Or Firefly.
And The New Odd Couple.
Oh, was he on The New Odd Couple too?
Yeah, he was Felix. And the dude who played Lamont Sanford was Oscar.
Oh, not the newest Odd Couple, a different New Odd Couple.
No, not the Matthew Perry.
Okay.
But he was also Shepard Book on Firefly, which was a Joss Whedon show.
He was a big name actor.
What's up, sweet girl?
Yeah, but again, he's not a big name.
Oh, he's big, baby.
He's big, baby. He was huge in Barney Miller.
Yes.
Which was 40 years ago.
Camera.
I'm sorry, hon?
Bring the puppy up to the camera.
Let me see if I can do that without getting...
If you're watching this on download, that you download the audio on iTunes or
Come here, miss.
Stitcher or SoundCloud, you're going up to the YouTube channel, and it's youtube.com/.
It's okay. It's
and you
okay.
see a little puppy on the camera. Everybody loves puppies, except Al Qaeda. They don't like puppies. Look at this cute little puppy.
We do love puppies.
Adorable. Oh, look how cute that puppy is.
What is the puppy's name?
Maggie Lady Snapdragon.
Her name is Maggie, but the full name was, what was it? Lady Sugar Magnolia of the clan Luck Dragon.
Yeah,
She's very good. She's very bitey, but just Maggie. Just Maggie.
Okay. Hi, Maggie.
She's like one of these two creeps looking at me.
She
You
does.
don't invite
Yeah,
her faces.
she's very attuned to television. Like she always is watching. Like I can always like take a picture of her watching TV.
Reprogramming for dogs.
It's very interesting.
you
She
gotta
was
get
really into that Star Trek the other day. The newer one with the Chris Pine. She was really
that's all right.
intently watching it. Anyway, she's a bit of a biter, and she'll probably bite me several more times before the show is over.
She's a puppy. That's what she's gonna do.
Puppies will be puppies.
Yes.
Puppy.
I don't think she can hear you.
Well, that's because you have headphones in.
Yeah.
You got to get
Yeah,
the
but
dog headphones too.
Oh yes, you gotta get those. We're gonna find doggy headphones.
It's my new startup idea. I'm going to be on Shark Tank next season with him.
Awesome. You can wear your Star Labs t-shirt.
Well, you know, I got to represent. Although the Flash season finale is until tomorrow, so
I'm representing too. Around with my homeboy t-shirt here.
Oh, isn't he everybody's homeboy? Really? Truly. All right. So there was one big trailer we talked about last week, but it came out on Tuesday.
Gigantic.
What was that?
It was gigantic.
It was huge. To the fact that we were starting to talk about the teaser trailer, and I just felt like we need to wait for the full trailer so we can go talk about both. Because we are having the war of the Planet of the Apes.
That's right. Now, I just don't understand how it's the third trailer. Okay.
Yes.
How do we have a teaser for the third trailer? Like, it just, all this stuff makes no sense to me. How we have 3 or 4 trailers, or 5 trailers, 9 TV spots, if you include the teasers and all this. Just say when the movie comes out, and one trailer, that's it, and the movie. You just keep telling people when it comes out. That's all we need. We don't need to see the movie before we see the movie. I just need to see the movie.
Well, I mean, they need to try and draw up interest, let people know it's coming.
But one trailer. The rest. Now we have. Don't miss tomorrow. Tomorrow, here's a teaser for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the teaser coming up. Here's a teaser to tell you the teaser's coming up for the trailer. Stop it.
I feel like they use those views and numbers as part of their budget for advertising. Like if they do the teaser and they've done, say, 20 other teasers for 20 other movies, they're going to gauge how many people are going to watch that trailer, and then they'll see how many people watch the trailer, and then they'll gauge on how much more advertising they may or may not need on television. I feel like they do it, they're only doing it for financial data reasons, and
I'm sure.
They don't care if we hate that they have too many trailers. They don't care about it.
No, not at all. They don't care that we hate that they give the whole movie away in the trailer.
Yeah.
All they care about is the bottom line, the monies.
And that opening weekend box office. That's all that matters.
But
those tickets.
They track the number of people who watch everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So if you ever
I feel like this trailer gave away too much, like every other trailer out there.
Well, I mean, there was quite a bit more than the previous trailers, because now the special effects are getting a lot further along since the movie comes out in a few weeks. And that's why we saw like armies of apes and armies of humans and them getting ready to fight or starting to fight and all that, because the special effects were there now. And those weren't in the previous trailers.
I see. I didn't see the previous trailer. I saw the teaser.
I don't want to see that. I want to see the movie.
Yeah. Well,
and I want to make sure they don't ruin the thing, because they keep saying this is the final movie, and I hope that that's a swerve for what I think will happen.
Well, no, it's the final movie before the reboot.
Well, yeah, I know, the reboot. They don't need that. The next movie is the Icarus comes back to Earth. That's not a reboot. You can put it in the future if you want, a few years. I don't care. But it's not a reboot. And that's the thing. They'll be like, we're going to reboot this. No, you aren't. It's the continuation of the story. In the first one, they talk about the Icarus going up into space. There's the newspaper clipping that says the Icarus, they lost contact with it. They never know what's happening. So that is what is called a setup. Now, in this movie, the final scene or the stinger scene has to be the space shuttle coming back and trying to come in, Houston. Houston, this is Icarus. someone's there and they don't know what the hell to do. That's the final scene for this movie. The next movie is Charlton Heston getting off the space shuttle thing. Bingo, what do these people do here now?
But Heston's not going to be in any of the sequels.
I know, but but if you look at it chronologically, that's the next thing. It's not this is the final movie. No, and then we're going to reboot it. No, it's a continuing. That's the story.
I agree. I mean, I have no problem with them if they want to continue it. But I mean,
then
I guess,
what's the little girl for then? The
We don't know.
Girl's
The little girl, she's going to have the
for a
doll.
plot point.
So Charlton Heston to find at the beach. That's what the little girl's for.
You think she's Nova?
maybe she's Nova.
The Nova's a prisoner. The apes didn't like her.
Maybe.
Well, the other thing is, the apes haven't fully evolved like the human apes, like they are in the, other versions of Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
Like when Marky Mark fought them.
Yeah, with the Funky Bunch.
Yeah, because he was shot into space and then came back, and
Yes.
he found the Planet of the Apes.
I don't know. I feel like the girl is a catalyst for both sides working it out.
Of course, but ultimately the apes have to win. I mean, that's the way this.
Well, I don't
whole
know
thing
about the
is being
reboot.
set.
I don't know what this series of movies has shown. All I had heard was that this was the last one.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Why is this the last one? The real story has not been told yet, and that's when Charlton Heston comes back to Earth.
Yeah, I mean the Charlton Heston one is they land on Earth, they don't know what's going on,
Yes.
and then there's
That's
the
the
big
next, like,
twist.
That's the movie. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how's this the last movie unless it's a swerve. And in which case, then, I do that too, and I will tip my cap to you as well, because it was well played. But if it's not, we're not going to be a happy Planet of the Apes.
Well,
Are you guys satisfied with the way they have the apes look? They look less monkey-ish and more like like a descendant of man, like like in somewhere between caveman and us. Like they don't look like monkeys at all to me. They don't look like silverbacks or chimpanzees.
Well, first of all, there's the different breeds of different monkeys, apes,
No,
whatever.
I'm familiar with the breeds of monkeys. I think the only one that looked somewhat passable was like some sort of orangutan. But
Yeah, the orangutan
that,
definitely. I think part of it is like we don't know whatever the thing they injected them with in the first movie has evolved them. So
yes,
it mutated them, and I'm kind of okay with that. And also, we're seeing like second and third generations now, because theoretically this has been going on for a couple decades, movie time.
Yes.
So you're not seeing like this is not the same like monkeys that James Franco was dealing with.
Even though Caesar is just his offspring and these other monkeys.
Well, I'm not saying all of them are, because obviously, some of them were in the previous movies, like Caesar, like the orangutan, who's I don't remember most of these names. So,
and evil monkey, what the hell's name supposed to be?
Well, there was Kubo in the previous one.
Yeah, but the second one, there was that Kubo?
Because I just looked it up today to find out that it was Ape Not Kill Ape from that movie.
Yes, Ape Not Kill Ape.
So I rewatched that scene.
Yeah.
I needed to get the tagline right,
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you said at the beginning?
Yes.
Yes.
Ape Not Kill Ape. So I rewatched the scene as I was preparing it to make sure I got it right. We're nothing if not professional here. Professional apes.
You're nothing.
Well, we are what we are.
We're pantsless.
So overall,
I have pants on today. You guys disappointed me last week, so I have pants on.
And we're not wearing pants.
I'm not wearing pants.
But overall, what do you guys think of this current trilogy of the Ape movies?
There's some things I love about it, and some things I absolutely don't like about it. I don't like. I like Franco. I like Jonathan Lithgow. I like how that thing all played out. There's something about it that does kind of just rub me the wrong way. maybe it's the heavy reliance on rather than makeup effects. Well, I think that's why the Marky Mark one was better, is that they were all in costume. Who's the big black dude from 8 Mile that was in it?
Oh,
Who passed away. The Kingpin. What the heck's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
yes.
Green Mile, not 8 Mile.
Oh, yeah, Green Mile.
Yes.
What did I say? 8 Mile. 8 Mile, yeah.
Eminem was not a monkey in this one.
So, I mean, to know that, those the makeup and everything, I'm a big fan of that. More so than CGI. That's my personal preference.
I know, but they're also not at that point in this storyline. Like they're supposed to be monkeys, just very intelligent monkeys.
Yes.
You're like, that's a couple hundred years later where they've evolved into like humanoid monkeys. So I don't have a problem with that. Like, yeah, I would love to see that story play out in this timeline. Like the next movie, jump ahead a couple generations and be like, all right, now they're humanoid monkeys and they're controlling the planet, and let's see what happens now.
And there's a Dr. Zaius.
Exactly. Make their version of the Charlton Heston movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to have the twist ending. So
Because we know about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to surprise people at this point.
No.
Apes have been going for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
So find a new way to tell that story,
Right.
and I'd be cool with that. Without Marky Mark.
Yes, without Marky Mark.
I just feel like I saw the first one with James Franco, and it was okay, but honestly, I just feel like this is not a series that needs to, or should be redone. Not even needs, just should be touched. And I think the first 3 or 4 of the originals are so great. Nothing is gonna come close to them for me. It's just not. And so I didn't even bother watching the second, and will not bother watching the third. I'm an originalist when it comes to certain movies, and this group of movies is certainly one of them.
But you're not gonna see the Dr. Zaius musical number. We're all singing Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius,
Dr. Zaius,
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
The original and I just
They've made a chimpanzee.
they were so
out
amazing.
of
I just feel like these are shitty, and I feel like the CGI is shitty.
But what about the Simpsons version that we're singing?
No, I
It's the only
Chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
I understand that.
It did star Troy McClure. You may remember him from such musicals as. I can't even remember.
R.I.P. Phil Hartman.
Phil
Oh man, I love Phil Hartman.
Yeah, that's another tragic
Showtime.
loss.
We should do a whole thing about that Saturday Night Live. Not today, but sometime. We should put that on the list.
It's on the list now.
All right. In case anyone is watching or listening, we have a list of topics. We actually know what we're going to talk about when we sit down. So
No, we don't. But we have a list of potential topics.
unless we don't even look at it.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Game shows been on this list since before we even started doing the show. We're episode 21. We never even mentioned game shows.
Yes, but we also have a few that we have planned for the near future that we're just waiting on some hardware, which you're going to hook me up with in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so I will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks we'll be having a beer together.
2 weeks. He's saying 2 weeks. She's doing Too Sweet, and I'm doing Total Recall. We're all on different pages.
One dog's looking this way, the other dog's looking this way, and then I'm in the middle. What are you all for me?
Oh, the chaos. That's why I love this show.
Yes.
So we were talking about apes, right?
Ape.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Planet of the Apes is, I mean, it had, 4 or 5 movies, a TV series, a cartoon series, and no one under the age of 30 remembers Planet of the Apes.
No.
So the last version was in 2001. That was the Tim Burton one with Marky Mark. So the fact that they did another one 10 years later, you know.
I think though, like let's just say they do it again, like I said, when the space shuttle comes back. No one's even gonna remember where that space shuttle was. No one's even remember there was a space shuttle. They're like, oh, aliens invading the planet of the apes, because people aren't paying attention.
Well,
so no one's even gonna catch it.
It was also a minor thing in the first movie where it was just kind of mentioned.
Right. That's why it's like if you care about the story, you're like, whoa, that's a space. Like it was a minor thing that if you caught it, those two little mentions of it in the first one, you're like, oh, I know they're gonna go with that. I know who's on that space shuttle. John Hess.
Exactly. But you know, again, they get shot like around and like time dilations, and they come back, you know, a couple hundred years later. That's the story.
Yeah.
And they never find out why. It just happens.
Right.
I guess it kind of comes up in the sequels, but the original, nobody knows why. And you know, as the budgets erode, it becomes less and less about apes anyway. Yeah. Well, come on. The last one had 2 apes on the planet Earth, on our Earth. So
no, the last one was when they all get together. That was the 5th one.
Oh, I'm remembering them out of order then.
Yes, that was the 4th one where they come back and they kill.
Okay, that's right.
That's the 3rd one.
Yeah, and then the 4th one is they are in servitude and they fight back at the end.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, but you can also tell that anybody who was not a front monkey was wearing a rubber mask. Like the effects budgets were just getting lower and lower.
Yes. Yeah.
Like the first one, everybody has makeup. They look decent for what the 60s looked like. By the last one, it's just like if they're not talking, they're in a rubber mask. It's like we have no budgets for this anymore.
But still, they're great movies. It is my favorite box set.
It is, and it was one of those fun things that was fun to come home on a weekday, and it would be on Ape Week on like WWOR.
I love my Planet of the Apes playset.
See, to me, always the best one was when the Batman movie was on after school. But that's me.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
But I liked Planet of the Ape Week on 4:30 movie one, and except for that 5th movie, which was just
all right.
Not good.
So we know Shell's not going to watch this movie at all.
No.
Stugatz, are you going to give it a shot?
I will, most definitely. Not opening weekend, maybe, or maybe opening weekend. Depends on like my schedule when it comes out. But I will be checking it out nonetheless.
Yeah, and I'll wait till it's on cable. Like I have no desire to pay money to see it. The other two, again.
Or I could wait until it's on my Fire Stick, which will be in a month and a half from now.
Well, yes, there's that. But the previous two, I just waited till I could watch them at home. Like I don't have a deep attachment to the Apes movies, especially not the new ones. The only one I ever saw in the theater was the Tim Burton one in 2001.
Oh my God, you watched the worst one.
We didn't know that at the time.
So you're not even a big fan of the originals?
Again, I watched them on cable.
I knew that it was going to be awful. It's got Marky Mark in it.
I know. But that's before we knew he couldn't act. So.
Oh, I already knew.
All right, so we may never come back to this version of Apes, but I'm sure Apes will come up again. Because Ape Not Kill Ape.
Because the Harambe biopic is going to be out next summer, so we'll be talking about it.
I am waiting for the Harambe.
Yes. Or one out for Harambe.
But
no.
Has Harambe...
Dick's out for Harambe.
Yes, Dick's out for Harambe.
Rob one out for Harambe.
One out for Harambe.
But more importantly, has there ever been a blind item about Harambe?
There are many blind items about the Harambe, but none of them are today.
All right. Well, there goes all my guesses for today's blind items. But why don't you take us through some blind items today anyway, Shell?
All right.
Wait, I'm not blindfolded.
Oh, sorry. He needs blindfolds or blind items.
Right.
I understand completely. Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
How many fingers am I holding up, Stuart? How many fingers am I holding up?
I don't know. Is that the middle finger?
Yeah,
No.
he's being fresh.
No, it's the middle finger
Yes.
and the thumb. See, there's two.
Jen's holding my hand because I'm scared.
I thought you were doing West Coast style. This is West Coast style.
That's West
And
Coast.
this is East Coast. No,
Is
West
it?
Coast is the finger, and your fingers are like this.
I don't know. That's just
No.
how I do it. Like
And
my
the
fingers,
East
if I
Coast,
don't
it's like this.
have the thumb, I have to hold the finger. Whatever.
That's West Coast.
Regardless of East Coast versus West Coast, flipping off Stugatz, let's hit the blind items.
All right, here is blind item number 1.
It's hurting my head.
For a month, she has been doing her best to hide it. But last night, we're talking about the Billboard Awards.
Okay.
Last night, this A- list singer from a group and solo who makes more money on a side job showed off her breast enlargement. I'm not sure why she chose last night, but everyone did a double take.
She's a
So
singer.
Singer
What's the group?
in a group and solo.
And solo.
Beyonce.
No, Solange.
And she makes more money on a side job.
Well, it's definitely not Beyonce, but I'm going to stick with Solange.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, what's Solange's side job?
I don't know. All these
And is
friggin'
she an A- list singer?
to some people. I don't know. Well, it's obviously a female because breast enlargement.
Breast enlargement.
Yeah,
Oh, Bruce Jenner. Could be Bruce Jenner.
that's right.
Like you were saying.
Not black.
Not black. Oh. Ooh.
Uh,
One of the Spice Girls.
Side
Maybe so.
job. She is a judge.
Oh,
Sure.
crap. I met her in Manhattan one day. The girl from No Doubt.
That's right. Gwen Stefani.
oh, Gwen Stefani?
She had breast implants? What the hell
Ding,
is wrong
ding,
with her?
ding, ding, ding.
I had
She
no
does.
clue. I didn't know.
All right.
Meanwhile, her band played New York City the other night with the lead singer from AFI in their side project. Dreamcatcher? Something like that?
Ooh,
Yeah, side project is No Doubt without Gwen Stefani. So nobody can
Yeah, really, at this point.
stay. All right. Are you ready for number 2?
I'm ready for
Yes.
number 2.
Okay. This directionally challenged rapper is paying his bills not just by pimping out D-listers and one-hit wonders, but also has a huge gift card scam he is running. Directionally challenged rapper.
Directionally.
All right, so that has to do with U-turn. Oh, no, that was from Leeds.
See, I was going to guess Ya Rule because of the whole Fire Fest thing. And it just came out like today that you could pay to get name checked in one of his songs.
Are you kidding?
No, that came out today.
Wow. No, this is not. This person's name is. Yeah, I didn't think you might get this one. I thought maybe you guys were into the rappers.
I mean, I know
Old
it's
school rappers. I know old school
directionally
rappers.
challenged rapper.
Encounter with the big Kardashian.
Sorry, you laughed when you said that.
The big Kardashian. He had a brief encounter with her. A brief love encounter.
I really don't pay attention to any of the Kardashians.
Kanye West.
Oh,
No, French Montana.
oh,
Who the fuck is that? Isn't that the Miley Cyrus show?
French Montana is a rapper who apparently is a bit of a thug. He's a pimp and he's a gift card scammer.
but how is he like geographically confused?
Because French and Montana,
Okay.
I don't get it.
whenever NT says directionally challenged, it's always French Montana.
Okay.
In the future, you will know that. Much like you know the A-list Everything in Her Mind is
It's J-Lo.
exactly.
All right.
All right. Now the
You got
next
one more for us?
I got one more.
You got one
That
more.
1 for 2.
it's two names. You may get one name. You certainly not going to get the other name, but that's fine. This very
Well,
tall.
that was rude.
If you didn't get French Montana, you're not going to get this girl. I've never heard of this girl. This very tall model knows she will go broke very quickly if she talks about that A-plus list former BFF of hers. No one is friends longer than a night or two with the singer without signing their life away to make sure they never utter a word without approval from the singer.
Well, that's
Right.
Taylor Swift.
So,
That's
what?
Taylor Swift.
That is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That is Taylor Swift. The model is Carly Kloss. I do not know her.
You didn't let us guess on the model.
You were never going to guess
secret
that.
Maybe
I never
Stugatz knows all the models. I don't know.
No, I don't want to guess.
But that was obvious.
She's not red-handed and buxom, so I don't know that he would
Exactly.
know her.
That's a problem.
Exactly.
His
but
guess
no.
would be Adele.
Yeah, really. Well, Taylor Swift is
Oh,
somebody who defines herself by her pseudo-friendships. So that was kind of obvious.
Yes.
Like, it's obvious she's not friends with all of these people who randomly show up at her concerts and have pictures taken with her. She has the
And
most...
look for her to be coming out soon, by the way.
You think so?
The closet?
Yep.
Because she has, like, the most calculated image of anyone. Like, it's so obviously blatant that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it makes her unenjoyable. There was a blind. I tried to send you guys a blind yesterday. Neither of you answered it. But
Oh, I was busy. Sorry.
I may not have been around.
At a conference.
It's Sunday.
What was
It
the
was
blind
about-
item?
Pop it with us
it
again.
was in the- I don't have it offhand. It was in the DM somewhere. But basically, it comes out to where she actually hired people to go on YouTube and shitpost Katy Perry videos. Like, just
Taylor
say
Swift.
terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
It was Taylor Swift and Katy Perry.
I was right.
It's bad
Poor
enough.
Katy Perry was just
I already saw her Saturday Night Live performance the other night.
Was it good?
You didn't need Taylor Swift to shit talk it.
Okay, somebody posted that and I had no idea what it was, but it was so lacking in any like rhythm or funk. Was that it? Where she was like on stage with black people and she was
Yes.
just kind of like pointing at them and weaving and bobbing. How
No.
embarrassing.
Was she like pointing like, hey, these are my slaves. These are my slaves.
Yeah, like it was
It
ridiculous.
was
And I
awful.
will admit to enjoying Katy Perry music. I won't actively put it on, but like when I'm with like my niece or whatever, I don't mind Katy Perry. These songs were just awful. Like,
Yeah.
they were just they had no like soul. They were just there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even her singing like on her other stuff. It was like her just kind of, doing a little bit and having guest people doing a lot of shit to take the emphasis off her.
I think, I was going to ask you guys, what's that? Rock.
What was that about The Rock?
She,
You broke up a
it's
little.
terrible.
How was Saturday Night Live with him?
There were a couple good skits. I really haven't watched Saturday Night Live in so many years, but I was at a friend's house. We had it on in the background, and there were some skits that were hilarious. The one where he's a wrestler talking smack to another wrestler, and then he's just like, your sperm don't swim. They're like, no tails, just heads. And he's going off on like how the guy can't satisfy his wife. Instead of like the usual wrestler, like, I'm going to take you out in the ring.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And the one that the internet is talking about, where it's the Mad Scientist convention, and The Rock comes out with a robot that molests children.
Oh my God.
And we're dying because it was just so inappropriate and so hilarious. Like, I thought you were evil. This is the most evil robot. It molests children. And I'm just like, how could you make such a thing? That's just wrong.
Evil.
He's like, well, you made a gun that makes snowballs. That's not evil. This molests children. That's evil. And he's just making these faces as he does it. Oh, God. Those were the two best skits. So,
Well, there's your Republican presidential candidate 4 years.
Him with Tom Hanks, they have my vote. They
Yeah.
announced that on Saturday as well.
Oh, awesome. All right. Yeah, they got my vote.
All right. Well, since we're out of blind items, it's time to open your eyes, make some hot picks. Hot picks.
Hot
Stugat, would you like to kick us off this week in the hot pick?
Yes. This, I have a topic for the documentary. It is only at indie film festivals right now. It is called Ina's Kitchen. INA' Kitchen. It's the story of this very successful restaurateur in Chicago for over 33 years. Ina, I can't pronounce her last name. She's a Russian Jewish lady from Brooklyn who got to Chicago in the 70s with her husband. And she started a bakery. And she started with a cake delivery service. She would deliver a surprise birthday cake to somebody. And from there, she swirled all the money up to start a bakery. And she started, the other thing she did was this little thing she would, it was actually, Kickstarter, before it was Kickstarter. She would sell Ina bucks. You'd give her $10. This is during construction now, to cover construction costs. $10, and she'd give you a gift certificate for $11 in goods in the bakery once it was open. And from the bakery, she then had a restaurant. And from that restaurant, she then moved the restaurant across town. Someplace else in Chicago, and had a restaurant there. And like I said, for over 33 years. And then finally, in 2010, she decided to retire, and she retired finally in 2013. It was a great documentary on what people who enjoy cooking and being a restaurateur are all about. And very few restaurants are not judged on how they open, they are judged on how they close. And since she announced her retirement in 2010, those last 3 years were her most successful years of the whole 33 years. But she said that there was never a bad year. They always had people in. It was just breakfast and lunch, and it was very good. She loved it. And she only retired because her polio was progressing, and it was getting hard for her to walk.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So, she's a great lady. I got to talk to her for a bit at the Food and Wine Conference this weekend. The documentary will be on some streaming services by the end of the year, and when it is, I'll know, and I will be happy to tell you guys to check it out. But for now, it's at film festivals. There's a film festival out on Long Island in the next 2 weeks that we'll be playing it. And just Google it, Ina's Kitchen, and you'll find all the information.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's a few websites. If you Google it, Ina's Kitchen, there's a lot of information on Ina Pinkney out there. So we can.
Yeah, that's right.
Figured because it's Chicago Restaurateur documentary.
Yes,
Googled it. All right, cool. So I'll have to check that out when it's available. How about you, Shell? What do you got for us?
Well, my hot pick is also a documentary. It is called An Open Secret, and it is available on YouTube for free. And it's basically an inside look at pedophilia in Hollywood, and names, and it goes back to the very beginning of a whole bunch of stuff. Somebody had recommended it to me, and one of the trailers I watched today out of the 13 was for was it Gifted?
Yes.
And it's another Bryan Singer thing, and I have a real problem with watching anything with Bryan Singer involved because of all of the allegations that get swept under the rug because of him. But he's also mentioned in this documentary, and so An Open Secret.
Who was the biggest name outed in this?
I think it's Bryan Singer, and then there's also a head muckety muck from like Disney, whose name is not something we know offhand, not like an Eisner or something, but some other higher up. But there's it's a really interesting documentary, and it's these little kids are forever affected, and their lives are ruined, and they go on to some harsh shit.
Oh, puppy almost fell.
Are you okay, honey?
Maggie's breaking everything.
Oh, sweetie.
Puppy.
I thought she was like dozing off.
She was, but when I talk, she gets very happy. She thinks I'm talking to her. So she starts to like, oh, does this mean we're something happening here?
Oh, you playing with me? You talking?
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, the Bryan Singer thing came out when they were filming the last X-Men movie. He got pulled off the movie in post-production and all that.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to any of this.
I feel like the more money you make, the less the more they look the other way, and
I'm sure.
It's disgusting. When it comes to this sort of thing, it's disgusting. It's not
Agreed.
like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's got a gambling problem, he's got a hooker problem, he's got a cocaine problem. I don't give a shit about any of that. But if you've got a pedo problem, that's should be a big deal. Like the guy who directed Powder, he should have never been allowed to direct another movie.
What about Roman Polanski?
Yeah, he should be in jail. He should not be allowed to come back unless he goes directly to jail. The fact that Meryl Streep stands up and claps for him shows me that she has a real lack of character.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody at the Oscars there did. So
they all have a lack of character, and also the Elia Kazan thing.
Mm-hmm.
He also should not have been honored. He turned in many Jews in order to keep himself in work, and turn them in as communists, whether they were or not. It was not up to him. It was none of his business, but he turned them in. And so he should never have been honored by Oscar or anybody. He should have been cast away as he deserved to be, because he's an asshole. So when it comes to this personal type of shit, there are lines where, I don't care. Go and do, heroin to your heart's content. It's not bothering me any. But when you start fucking with other people's livelihoods, other people's children, then I'm going to, rally against you and protest with my dollars.
And then there are those who also publicly defended them. As mentioned in the chat by Paper Doll Gunmall, Whoopi Goldberg defended Roman Polanski.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a fan of hers to begin with, so whatever. But,
Whoopi?
no, Whoopi. We love Paper Doll Gunmall.
Yes, I do.
We love all our fans. It's Whoopi that I don't care for.
No, I mean, maybe I take it too far, but honestly, and believe me, I'm not a moral compass for anyone. But come on, being a pedo, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. All right, so that leaves my pick, which is also a documentary. It's about
my
What the hell?
God!
Did we plan this?
I know. It's about this town in the Northwest United States called Twin Peaks.
Oh, that's a great documentary.
So yeah, Twin Peaks came back last night, and it's fantastic.
Insane, right?
I love it. So they released the first two were on TV. The second two they released to the Showtime Anytime, and I just haven't watched yet because I was watching on TV and didn't know it was out till this afternoon when I found it by accident. So I'll watch it this week. But the first two episodes were so good. It was like the high points of season 2. This episode was as good, if not better. And I know season 2, there's a lot of crap that sucks.
But didn't it seem like it was a high level of crazy throughout the whole thing?
It was, but it was a consistent high level of crazy. It wasn't that we're boring and just crazy for the sake of being crazy, like episode 10, season 2. No, this was concentrated. This is what we want. This is obviously going somewhere. We know we have 18 episodes, so we have a very focused, nobody's going to screw with the story kind of thing, like what happened with the original Twin Peaks. And I mean, the fact that you're opening with the Black Lodge in your episodes, I mean, right now I actually have it on in the background muted, and I'm watching, Cooper running around following his doppelganger through the Black Lodge right now, and the sentient tree that used to be the midget, and things like that. And it's just so good.
It's really kind of crazy, and just in the glass box, everything is just so insane. I really enjoyed it. The first, I guess it was 2 episodes. Right?
Yeah, it's the first 2. They'll be 18 hours. Right now, they've released the first 4, so I guess it might be 2 hours each week. I thought it was going to be for 18 weeks, but if it's 9 weeks, I'm cool with that too. I am on board. I loved it. And I sat through the entire Twin Peaks series for the last couple of weeks leading up to this. And this is just icing on the cake. So good. Can't wait.
That's getting a blowjob?
Or is he falling asleep?
What?
I don't know. He's got a weird smile on or something. Yes.
No?
Yes.
He's just enjoying how much I love Twin Peaks.
Actually,
Are you going to watch it, Stugatz?
No, he said he's not a Twin Peaks fan.
Oh.
And we went over this, what was it, 2 weeks ago? The
Yes.
Twin Peaks
Boo.
thing.
Yes.
So,
Even
why
if
it's
it's
more
as
about-
great as we both are saying it's great, you have no desire to see it.
No. I never got into it. I never will.
yeah, it's very much, you either love it or you just don't care for it.
Yeah. I'm not saying I hate it because I've never seen it. I know I won't get into it. I did love Blue Velvet, David Lynch film.
That's another great movie.
Oh my god, absolutely loved it. Isabella Rossellini, oh my god, gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Anything she's
Flawless.
in.
And
But Kyle MacLachlan he's just so incredible.
he was great in the whole movie. And it was like, you think, like, I loved that movie so much. I've seen it so many times. Like, it would be slam dunk for me to love Twin Peaks, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't get into
That's
it.
cool. Although,
I'm more of a Northern Exposure
that was a good show, too.
fan.
That should come
Twin
back.
Peaks fan.
Although, towards the end of that run, too, that was when all the stars started leaving it.
But yeah, it's like they didn't have enough characters, worthwhile characters to push out,
Yeah.
you know.
That show should have probably ended a little sooner than it did.
I would reboot that, taking place in Pasco County, Florida, as a and then you just like, what the hell, call it Southern Exposure.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it. All right. Well, that brings us to a close for the week. Just a reminder, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need help, call the Suicide Prevention Hotline. We're going to put the 800 number in the show notes. Talk.
Help is out there.
Help is out there.
And don't pee on anyone's parade that happens to be reaching out to you. Know that they care about you.
No, definitely be there for the people who need you.
Yes.
All right. But to find more Geekadrome, check us out at geekadrome.co. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, wherever you find podcasts. We're on Twitter at Twitter. We're at Twitter at Geekadrome.
We'll be on Twitter soon. I don't even know if it's a real thing yet. But
it's our
as
new
soon as
startup.
it is, we'll be on it.
It's our new startup. Watch for it on Shark Tank next season.
Yes.
We'll be on the Facebook at Geekadrome Podcast. I'm John. I'm on Twitter at JustJohn. Shell can be found at Just2Groovy on Twitter and Gab, and Shecky on MySpace.
Shexter.
Oh, sorry, Shexter.
Shexter.
I was doing it from memory. I don't have that one written. I'll fix that. Stugatz is at Don Stugatz on Twitter. And on Monday nights on the Facebooks, he's hosting the Eat Up.
Ooh,
What did you make tonight, Stugatz?
I made Stugatz breakfast pockets. Oh man, so good. I can't even tell you everything's in them other than you just have to watch the video. And if you wish you lived close by, because you will want these.
Are you bringing me food when you come up to New York in a couple weeks?
No.
Let's stay in Florida.
Oh,
All right, I will RSVP to the wedding. Hey, John, so free not to come to this thing. So
if he's not bringing his own food, then he shouldn't come.
it's food. Why would I bring food? We don't even bring food in the car. We snack on lifesavers and drink sweet tea the whole way out.
oh, sweet tea.
Yes.
All right.
Jen gets all wild on Monster and stuff having road rage.
And the music, as always, for Geekadrome is from First House.
Yay.
Until next week.
Thank you, First House.
We love First House. Until next week, it's Too Sweet.
Too sweet.
Bye.
The puppy didn't too sweet.
No, she's too tired. Too sweet.
All right, well then, we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Too sweet.